What's up, guys? It's Nick, and today I want to do a 10,000 mile review on this Ninebot Max G30. So let's get right into it. I want to talk about the overall durability of the scooter and how it's held up after that many miles and 5 years of use. So I want to start off with up here at the handlebars. So you got the screen right here, the one button in the middle turns on the headlight. Click it twice, change between speed modes. You got eco, drive, and sport. And right here you got the clip to fold it. You just pull this clip out right here, pull that, and it'll latch onto this right here, and you're able to fold it. And here you got the throttle. It is a kickstart, so you do have to kick it a little bit to get it started, but the throttle is very grippy. Not as grippy anymore because I've had the scooter for a while, but when it's brand new, it's very grippy. And you got the grips right here, which are obviously not very grippy for me either, but because I've been using the scooter for a long time. But when you get it brand new, the grips come very grippy and your hand's not going to slip off very easily. Right here you've got the drum brake. The cable runs down here, inside here, and then comes out, and it comes all the way down to here, and you can see that is a drum brake. I'll pull the handle real quick. It's a front drum brake, and it does not work as well as a disc brake, but it does stop it quick enough for the speed that the scooter is going, and I think it works very well for me. And you can also, in the app, you can turn on regenerative braking, so it uses the motor's power in the back here to help it slow down. So you can put it on weak, medium, or strong, and if you put it on strong, it's basically like electronic brakes, so it'll stop you pretty easily, and you only really need to use this in like emergencies. So yeah, I want to move down to the lower deck of the scooter. So you see all this, a lot of scratches over time. The whole frame is very dinged up. Has a lot of scratches on it. Still charges very well. I do have a lot of modifications to this scooter, which I will talk about in a minute here. But I just want to show you the overall condition after about 10,000 miles on this scooter, and haven't replaced the frame, nothing like that. And same grip pad right here. Hold your feet down. Very grippy. Hasn't lost a lot of grip. I think it's good enough for me, even in wet conditions where my feet are wet and it's raining. It still keeps my feet pretty planted here. And here, got the brake light. My brake light doesn't work very well anymore, but I'll talk about why and all the modifications later in this video. So, and I also got an added kickstand, which also goes to all the mods. So I'm just going to talk about that now and move on to that. Let's go. First thing is the Max Mods 48 volt battery kit. So this scooter, the original battery inside the scooter is a 36 volt battery, and with this it adds an additional 12 volts, so you'll add up to 48 volts. So the scooter will go from about 18 miles an hour to around 26 to 28 miles an hour. I get 29 on flat ground, which is fast enough for me, and I'd really recommend this Max Mods kit because it is a very good upgrade for this scooter, and I really like it. Right here you've got the front suspension. Got the front suspension. It doesn't come with suspension on it. It's just basically like this whole thing, but just the wheel attached to it, but with no shocks. So this is the Shark Set suspension, as you can see right there. So it basically just like cushions out your ride, makes it a lot smoother than when you first get the scooter. As you can see, I'm pushing on it a little bit. It's going down, but obviously when you're riding, you're gonna really feel a difference when you're riding. Same with the back. This is also Shark Set. Got the one spring in the back. Works very well. After a lot of miles though, this part broke, which obviously I'm not gonna blame that on the Shark Set brand or not gonna blame it on them. It's for me riding very hard on the scooter and just always riding it like a lot of the day and just really putting a lot of miles on it. Let's move on to the next thing about this scooter. Next thing on the scooter I want to talk about is the charging port. So you lift this flap up right here, and you got a 3-prong charger, and this scooter does not need a brick. It just uses the single cord because it has a fast charger built inside of this thing. So it is very convenient. You just have to carry around the cord. And then this is, if that breaks, you can use this. And you do need a brick for this one, but it'll charge very fast still. This charges from 0 to full in about like 3.5-4 hours, I'd say. And with this one, it'd probably take like 6 hours or so, or 7. But it's really not that big of a deal. And I've had the scooter for about 5 years, and it still charges very well. I've had no issues charging it. So I'd give that a good score, a good rating for this charging port, because it's lasted a very long time. And the cord, I still have the original cord, and I've had it for a while, so for about 5.5 years, and I've never had to replace the cord, which I think is very nice. Let's move on to the next thing about this scooter. Next, I want to talk about the wheels. So this, after I replaced this with a solid tire on the front because my tire was wearing out. I've replaced the tires at least 3 or 4 times on this scooter. So I decided to get a front tire that's solid instead. So like I can't get any punctures or anything. And with the suspension, it really just evens it out. So you do not really feel the more bumps. Because I know the 10-inch pneumatic tires that originally came on the scooter were easier to like go over bumps because it's a lot more cushiony with air tires, but when you add suspension, it makes it a lot easier. So it just evens out, and I think if you're really looking for a new tire, a solid tire isn't a bad option. Considering if you get the Max Mod suspension and a solid tire, I think it'll do wonders. But if you don't get the Max Mod or the the Shark Set suspension, and you just have the and you're thinking about getting a solid tire, I'd recommend still getting an air tire just so you don't feel the bumps a lot. So it'll still be a little bit more cushiony than a solid tire would be. Here, let's move on to the back tire. This is still an air tire. Last time I replaced this tire, I put another air one on it because we replaced the front and the back at different times because one wore out faster than the other, which I guess makes sense. But this one is still the air tire, still pretty good grip, and haven't got any punctures with it, no issues with it. So I mean, and it is a self-healing tire, so if you do get a puncture, it'll probably be okay, but I don't know, you never know. And also the hub motor, the 350 watt hub motor lives here in the back. I'll move over to this side. Lives here in the back. You fill it up right here with air. Fill it up to 55 psi. Back to the motor. It is a 350 watt motor, and it's a hub motor, and it takes you up hills not very well. I don't think it's very good at taking you up hills considering it's only 350 watts, but it does its job, and it works. That is my review on the Segway Ninebot Max after 10,000 miles, and I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.